Welcome to Desert Chat, David.
Thank you, Sandy. It's nice to be here with you.
You know, you're our first appraiser really that can give us some great ideas. We've had realtors on, we've talked about this market, which is a little volatile, and you said you've been in the business a long time.
I was first licensed in 1991 as a real estate agent, in 92 as a appraiser.
Wow. So that's a big deal, because if you want to sell your home and you want it appraised correctly, I understand you've got some really good tips on how to do that.
Well, what I would tell anyone is make sure the health and safety issues are taken care of. If the swimming pool is empty, make sure there's water in it. Make sure your water heater is double strapped. Make sure you have your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide detector installed, as well as what we call the wall plates, the switch plates around the switches and the plugs.
Wow, that makes sense. So those are just areas that appraisers will mark off for then.
That can slow your deal down because then the appraiser will have to come back and make sure it's done.
That's a really, really good tips. And then what about the fact that so many of us are now going online? It seems to be so easy to scroll through our phones and look at properties. Do you recommend that?
I think shopping for a home online and shortlisting the number of properties that you want to see is a good idea. Going to the listing agent directly thinking that maybe you can cut some sort of a deal, you might be doing yourself a disservice because they already have a fiduciary relationship with the seller.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I understand that commission kind of area does get a little gray. You know, they'll say, well, come to me and I'll cut it, or come to me and I'll make sure you get a better deal. How can we believe what's ethical and what's not?
Well, I would just say that if you already have a relationship with the seller, it's difficult to have a fiduciary relationship with the buyer as well and try to manage that process.
So in general, this market, you're saying it's good to sell, it's good to buy. Palm Springs is always a good investment.
Palm Springs has been a solid investment. Everything that I've been seeing over the last several years tells me that there's a little bit of a lack of inventory. However, the prices seem to be increasing.
All great information. Thanks so much, David. And where can we find more information?
My website is dww4re.com.
Great. And thanks for those great appraising tips. Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.